All right, so I'm Carly. I just got done drinking some Smirnoff Ices. I will be presenting this week about Friday the 13th. Well, specifically weird events that have happened on Friday the 13th.
I'm Steve. I'm Steve. I'm gonna drink this beer, and I'm watching Carly present. I forget what else we say. I'm
I'm
too
Kelsey. I'm drinking
too sauced.
I'm Alex. I have wine in my margarita thing. I put margarita in my wine, basically.
Why would you do that?
Because I'm drunk.
What the hell was that? What was that noise?
My phone went off.
Oh my god, I thought it was nuns like singing.
I
in a
told her to
choir.
do
It was nuns.
Yeah, it sounded like nuns singing in a choir or something.
Sounded like horror music to me. I thought you had that in the presentation.
It was an Instagram story.
I thought it was horror, but also, why would nuns just show up?
I mean, you never know, Alex. You know, they scare the devil away. You know, you never know. So my first of my weird events to happen actually happened with the Knights Templar. So on Friday, October 13th, 1307, so that was like a few hundred years ago, the French rounded up thousands of Knights Templar and tortured them as heretics. Some wonder if this was like the beginning of the whole Friday the 13th methodology, but yeah, so this is one of like the weird things that happened. Does anyone have anything to say?
Weren't Knights Templar like loyal, God-loving folks or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know too much about them. I just know like the weird events that happened. It like sparked the modern day association with Friday the 13th. That's what they believed.
Wait, this started it?
That's what they believe.
Who did they massacre?
They massacred the Knights Templar.
Oh,
Like-
I thought the Knights Templar were massacring somebody else.
No, like the king ordered to have them
Yeah,
massacred.
that's usually the case.
Wait,
Why-
who massacred them?
Who?
Who massacred the knights?
I think it was the king. Let me just look it up real quick.
The king of what?
France.
We're all drunkenly being like, wait, what? 2 seconds late.
And it's great because I don't really know anything about any of these events. So apparently King Philip, he mistrusted the Templars and he declared its desire to, after the organization declared its own desire to form its own state, similar to the Teutonic Knights, who had founded Prussia. So he was pretty much afraid that they were going to make their own like complete autonomy, like autonomous state. So he had them executed.
Sounds like Game of Thrones season
He was
1.
the king of Prussia? Or king of what?
I don't know what he was the king of, but there was another type of knight who formed Prussia. So he was afraid of this happening.
Because I was gonna draw a little flag, but we don't know where the king is from. He's the
It sounds like
but-
Game of Thrones season 1 in like every sense.
Should we make up a flag for the king?
Yeah, we should. King Philip, are you doing it right now?
I was just drawing.
So we're on to the Catalina affair. Does anyone want to guess what the Catalina affair was about?
A plane?
Yes, you could say that.
Is Catalina the plane?
Kind of. It was a military confrontation in a Cold War era diplomatic crisis that happened in June 1952. This is when Soviet Air Force fighters jets shot down 2 Swedish aircrafts over international waters in the Baltic Sea area. So there was a total of 8 fatalities.
Carly, aren't you Swedish?
Yes.
So you should be beating up the Soviets right now.
I should, but I'm too drunk for that right now.
Alex, your flag looks like it says Philly.
Is this Phlogiston again?
This is the Philly flag.
It's King Phil's flag. Yeah.
King Phil, but it's King Philly.
King Philly.
I thought this had done.
Philly. Does anyone know who Sam Patch is?
Did he jump into a waterfall?
He was an American daredevil, actually. He was known as the Jersey Jumper, the Daring Yankee, or the Yankee Leaper, and he became famous after successfully jumping into a raised platform into the Niagara River, near the base of the Niagara Falls in 1829. On Friday, November 13th, let's just say this Friday the 13th was not a great day for him. 10,000 people gathered to watch Sam Patch jump into New York's Genovese River from atop the Genovese Falls. Only weeks earlier, he'd leapt off Niagara Falls and onto the Niagara River and survived. He wasn't too lucky this time, and he died this time around. It wasn't a great day for him, but at least he died doing what he thought was, or what he loved.
Died doing what he loved.
Yep.
Does anybody remember that cartoon where the kids like replaced their parents with Daredevil parents or something? I could like sing half of the theme song right now, honestly, but I can't remember the name of the show. Why can I not find any like record of this cartoon existing that I remember so clearly?
I've been to Niagara Falls and I've just like twice, and I've gotta say that like if you fall off that, you're fucking dead. I'm sorry.
I mean, there's plenty of people who went down in barrels and shit.
Yeah, but like you have like a little bit of protection at least. But like if you're just jumping off it, you're gonna like die from the impact.
It's like a human-sized condom.
Or like drown. What?
It's like protection, so it's like a human-sized condom.
I mean, like
Maybe
maybe
a barrel.
like people in barrels have died going to Niagara Falls. Maybe you have like some like foam or a pillow in there, you'll survive. But
Someone on a show my mom watched called like the masks and stuff for COVID, face condoms.
What
they are face condoms.
Sorry, I don't have notes on this one. I gotta find it. I know this is like an actual thing that happened though. Give me like 2 seconds. We can edit this part out.
Look, this is all Nancy Drew games.
Whoa.
I really missed the Barbie horse games. Anybody?
Ooh, I could never figure out how to water the horse on those.
I was a Sims player.
I also have Sims.
Sims 1, 2, or 3.
3 and 4.
3 is acceptable. I despise the 4, but I love the 3.
I can't wait until 5 comes out.
Oh my god, it better be good because I did not like Sims.
A few moments later.
So we're on to the Bangladesh cyclone, also known as the Bola cyclone. It killed an estimated 500,000 people in, please, I hope I'm saying this right, Chittagong.
I
How do you spell
I'm gonna
it?
get us in trouble if I make fun of it.
Chittagong. I really hope I'm saying it right.
That wasn't that.
That's how you say it. That's how you
It's
write it though.
Oh,
So this happened on November 13th, 1970, and it was just like a tropical cyclone. So just pretty much a natural disaster that, of course, was constituted with it. Oh, fun fact. That word right there that you see is actually the term used to describe the fear of Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th happens to be my favorite day.
Wait.
I also have a fun fact.
Parascavidecatriophobia.
I also have a fun fact. The word triskaidekaphobia is the fear of the word of the number 13.
Buckingham Palace. What happened there?
So it was bombed during World War II, and it was bombed on September 13th, 1940, and it hit both the palace and its chapel. Even scarier, the king and queen were both at the residence at the time of the attack. So it was pretty much like traumatic, and Queen Elizabeth, she stated, "Gladly we have been bombed. Now I can look the East End in the face." Kind of weird.
Must have been pretty lucky if like it didn't kill them.
It only got like part of the palace, so it was kind of good. And I mean, it's still standing today, which is, it's cool. Does anyone know about Kitty Genovese?
Yes.
Nope.
Her in psych.
She kind of cute though.
You better friggin' know about her, Kelsey.
I don't, but I'm into it.
So
Our picture.
she was murdered. She was murdered on blah, 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 March 13th, 1964.
I didn't know Friday the 13th, but I knew about what happened.
So I don't know much about what happened. Do you want to talk about it, Alex?
Well, I learned about it in psych. It was mostly just that, I mean, because we talked about it in terms of like a psych thing, Because
Is this the one that everyone heard her die in the alley or something?
what?
Is this the one that everybody heard her die in the alley and nobody
Yes.
did anything? I do know that.
It was several years ago, so I don't remember it super well, but it pretty much what Kelsey said. She was killed like near an apartment building or something in an alleyway, and everyone heard her screaming, but everyone
Oh,
like assumed someone else would help, so no one called for help, and she was murdered.
I think
Yeah,
it's called confusion of responsibility.
Yeah,
I-
like, it's
I remember
a
hearing
psych,
about-
they use it to teach a psych principle usually.
I also learned about that in my criminal justice class. Yeah, that was a messed up case. I didn't know that in like 5 years though.
End of the Aztec Empire.
Happened on Friday the 13th.
Allegedly.
Sorry, let me just look this up.
Carly, you and your notes.
They're not organized tonight, I'm sorry. On August 13th, Cortez captured the Aztecs' new leader. That empire fell, and it ended the Aztec Empire. I don't want to say the names to like mess them up completely, but oh fuck me.
Why don't you just make slides and write?
Because I didn't think this one through. So pretty much the Spanish came, they took it over, they killed the leader or whatever, and they took over the empire, and the empire fell.
This is where we insert a Star Wars meme.
So they staged a rebellion in 1520, but like people were killed, but they succeeded in driving the Spanish out.
The Aztec Empire was a thing in 1520.
Yeah, but the whole issue though is that when the Spaniards fled, they left them smallpox.
Oh,
So the rest of the population was pretty much ravaged completely.
but I don't know why I always thought of the Aztecs as something from like ancient history.
Yeah, it's not that far though. It started in like 1324 or something, I think. That's what it said. Ooh.
I guess that makes sense because they were kind of like they're the South American Native Americans. So that was like around the same time our Native Americans were being given smallpox. What happened to that? I love Mary Kate and Ashley. I read all of these books when I was a kid.
They were born on Friday, June 13th, 1986. I'm pretty sure also one of the Ku Klux Klan leaders was also born on a Friday the 13th.
That explains Mary Kate and Ashley's entire lives, honestly.
Other celebrities that were born on it, I don't want to pay your fucking subscription. Jesus Christ. Darius Rucker, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Steve Buscemi, Christopher Plummer, Kat Dennings, Francis Conroy, Max Weinberg, Kate Walsh, Nate Silver, and like the list goes on from there.
The Steve Buscemi just reminds me of our eating Steve Buscemi conversations in my environmental class.
I'm sorry, what? But you also gotta consider, like, you gotta choose a good human to like chow down on. It like, I feel like it depends on like obviously like the situation that you're in, but you know, you want like the meatiest and like the person who like works out the most, or you know, is in the sun the most,
I
or
mean,
something like that.
I think someone also said you shouldn't eat him because you'd probably get STDs or something.
Well, you know, you could avoid that.
Why do they assume that he has STD?
Well, because
saying is
they
that
have like
you're
a
gonna eat
gross
some-
picture of him, and they're like, you'd probably get something from him. Like,
Poor Steve.
All I'm saying is that you're gonna need someone. His name should be Steve.
I burped and my nose burned.
Alex.
It was alcohol.
I got another quick fun fact for you guys. An asteroid is supposed to pass very close to Earth, and they believe that it's supposed to pass closer than any of the satellites that we put into orbit. And this is supposed to happen on April 13th, 2029.
I mean, don't asteroids pass through the atmosphere all the time?
Yeah, but I think this one's supposed to be like a huge one.
But a lot of asteroids pass so close to Earth that they come into Earth.
I don't know. All I know is that this is
Yeah.
supposed to happen on like a Friday the 13th. So of course people are gonna be like really weirded out by it.
Thanks, Alex. That counts as one penis.
But someone had to, though.
It doesn't matter. So you only have one penis left.
Wait, she used two already?
Well,
No.
because from the other presentation.
It's a new
When did-
presentation.
Wait, she used one in the other presentation?
Yeah, you remember from the first one that was her own presentation?
But this is a new presentation. This is a completely
Alex.
I'm compromising.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
I don't know what your other 0.5 penis is gonna be. You're gonna have to get creative for that.
So my next one happened on January 13th, 2012. You guys will probably remember this one. It's the Costa Concordia disaster. It's when it ran aground and capsized and then later sank into shallow waters.
I don't remember this at all currently.
It was like a big thing.
Was it around Italy or something?
Yes.
I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it was in Tuscany. It actually ended up in 32 deaths. I was surprised. I thought nobody died. I thought it was just like a stupid accident that happened because like they went into shallow water like fools.
And that guy blocked the trade canal. Classic.
Yeah.
I miss that, the good old days.
Anybody know anything about Tupac Shakur?
Heard of
Dead.
him.
Except he's not actually dead. He's alive on an island or something. I don't remember.
It was
Isn't
killed by
he one of
the FBI or something.
I don't know any of those. I know that there's so many theories about like how he actually died and other things. I know like the most prominent one is that he was killed by gangs or whatever like that because he had ties to it. But he actually died on September 13th, 1996, and it was a drive-by homicide.
Supposedly, according to conspiracy theory.
Allegedly.
Isn't he the
Yeah.
one who's alive on an island, supposedly?
He's one of them, and Elvis too. And my final one, this one's my favorite. This one is the most fucked up one.
I don't like plane crashes. Is this a
Does
plane?
anyone want to guess what happens?
It sounds like a plane crash.
Plane crash.
Yeah. So this one happened in the Andes Mountains on October 13th, 1972. But this pretty much continued on for a good amount of time. So this continued until December 23rd, 1972. So you got to ask, why did it continue on for more than 2 months? And that's because the initial fatalities were 11 out of 40 passengers and 5 crew. The whole thing was that they crashed in the Andes where no one found them. So they were resorted to cannibalism.
What the fuck?
I'm not kidding you. So they kind of just, I think they went off of rations and whatever they could for like the first week or two. And then like obviously people died because it was so cold. And then that's when they resulted, like that's when they kind of just went into cannibalism. And then that's when there initially 34 survivors, but the survivor count went down to 16 by the time they actually found them.
Wait, what happened to the plane though?
It was like almost completely destroyed.
Why? Like what happened?
It was going to head to Chile, but it crashed in the Andes Mountains while crossing the Andes during poor weather. So the inexperienced co-pilot mistakenly believed they had reached a destination despite instrument readings saying like pretty much indicated otherwise. And then the aircraft began descending too early, and that's when they struck a mountain.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I looked this up and I like how you're just reading verbatim from Wikipedia.
Yeah, sorry. Those are my notes for tonight. So yeah, that's my last slide, guys. I'd end on a bang.
Did they crash? The crash occurred on Friday the 13th?
Yes. They found, I think they found them on December 23rd.
Don't take a
that same
flight
day.
on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, sorry, my notes weren't put together. I was watching Black Widow before this. So,
No spoilers. Oh my god, I need to watch that.
well, thanks guys so much for tuning in. This has been Drunk College, one of our Friday the 13th editions.
Thank you.
Alex, did you have something to say?
I just said bye.
Kelsey, do you have anything to say?
Subscribe or I'll cannibalize you in Uruguay.
We're not going to do that. But thanks guys so much, and thank you, Steve, for joining
Kelsey
in.
might, but everyone else won't.
Yeah. So bye.